battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. This one fielded at the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And the officials here are going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
Not the kind of game that will go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of game that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. He'll look to throw. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game. And you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. It really gets them amped up as they go forward.
That one goes for 8 yards. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Devon Kamara. The outside linebacker dropping him for a loss of 6.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. And he'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Got to give their offensive coordinator credit there. He got right into the head of the defensive coordinator because right on the heels of the sack on 2nd down, he figured they were going to come at him hard again. And so he went ahead and hit a brilliant call. Screen pass works well enough. They're able to pick up the first down. That's one way to keep that defense at bay.
It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll be 2nd and goal. To throw, it's Mahomes. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. It's only the first quarter, but that's a quick shift in momentum right there because they were driving the football before that interception, and then not only, Charles, do they throw the pick, but it gets returned all the other way for the score.
I think the important thing here was it backed up in their own territory. This defense didn't blink. They hung in there, waited for the offense to make a mistake, and as soon as they did, they capitalized in the biggest way possible.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. Back of the play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one fielded at the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Chiefs offense set to go. And, you know, listen, there's two ways to get the number 7 seed. You can back into it or you can charge your way into it and seize it. But ultimately, once you're here, you can throw that out the window. You've got to come to play.
Yeah, you just think of that phrase, any given Sunday or Saturday as the case may be. And even though this is a 2 versus 7 matchup, don't think for 1 second that this game's going to be a pushover. Anything can happen once the playoffs begin.
Dancing to his left. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter. This offense so far on third down, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 5. He's going to air one out. And this is incomplete. It looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. Oh, the return is Prochet. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Boyle. Trying to drop one in, but it's incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on 3rd down. Boyle. Open man is Bateman. It's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. A 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And yeah, I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. On 3rd down, Boyle. 20, 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a 3rd down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll go with a keeper, and he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out, and the Ravens go up by 2 touchdowns. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So that lines up a 7-point drive all told, and it was capped off by the quarterback sneak for 6. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
Quick slant to Valdez-Scantling. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. Mahomes throw here complete to Kelsey. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 26. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Mahomes throw into the hands here of Hardman. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 2nd down, ball on the 3, 1st down marker at the 1-yard line. Now it's Mahomes again. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
It's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass out.
Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. Touchdown! Travis Kelce from 4 yards out. And the Chiefs get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll make our score 14-7. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it culminates in a Travis Kelce touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. Throwing to start the drive. Boyle. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
On 1st and 10, Boyle. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. To throw on 2nd down. Boyle over the middle, connecting with Kohler. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. They'll look to throw again. Open man is Duvernay. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Again, he'll drop to throw. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. Tucker's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half.
A look around the NFL, we'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And they nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still had the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he will have the Ravens first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Throw right side here, taken in by Bateman. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal.
Back to throw. Boyer. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Odell Beckham from 3 yards out.
And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Taking the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone.
So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. A nice, consistent game.
Yeah, boy, this defense
defense again, really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now here's Mahomes. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Throwing now is Mahomes. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Baltimore. Coming up on 2nd and 7. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard. They trail as we start quarter number 4. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And his pass incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 26. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
To throw again on 2nd down, Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And out of bounds right around the 20. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Mahomes going to throw. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. McManus's point after is good. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. And they are looking good. A 2-score lead here in this 4th quarter as they hope to capture a spot in the divisional round next weekend. 16 yards right off the bat with a first down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Off the play fake. Boyle. This throw taken in by Isaiah Likely. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 28. They got 29 yards that time.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter, you got to expect to see a lot of man coverage because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the first down carry. And now they're in the hurry-up. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Boyle. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. He's into the secondary. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman from 21 yards away. And the Ravens are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. An important score there, CD, and now an important extra point because it would make it a 3-score game.
Love the math there, and at this point in the fourth quarter, look, we all need next-gen stats, right? We all use them, but we don't need them here, do we? Because that means it's almost a certain victory.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. That make this a 3-score game now, and they lose to 17. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Takes it at the 7. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Mahomes' throw caught by Tony. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a 1st down, too. Looking to throw is Mahomes. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. He's got a man, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's caught left side by Hardman. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes, the tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Now, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
That's complete, right around the 8. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to draw that one free.
Now Mahomes got to have this one. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and as a result, their playoff run may end right here. And they take a knee.